in the studio this afternoon. We're live on Facebook and YouTube at Nigeria Info Abuja, on Facebook and YouTube at Nigeria Info Abuja also. So, Senator, have you been following the situation with the Eagles in Libya? Well, the Nigerian national football team, the Super Eagles, has vowed to boycott Tuesday's African Cup of Nations qualifying match between Libya Mediterranean night, citing inhumane and despicable treatment by their host. According to a statement by the Nigerian Football Federation, the team's delegation remains stranded at Al Abrak Airport for 12 hours after landing in Libya. The chartered value jet aircraft was mischievously diverted from Benghazi to a smaller Al Abrak, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, international airport typically used for Hajj operation. The Super Eagles captain Williams Ekong, expressed the team's frustration, stating, "We've maintained a positive spirit, but these are unacceptable conditions. Traveling by road is not safe here, and we can only imagine how we'd be treated in the hotel or the food they tried to give it to us. It was funny before, but as a team, we respect ourselves, and under the condition, we won't play." And highlighted several concerns, including unsafe road condition, subpar hotel accommodation, and food quality. Additionally, the team harbor fear for their safety and Libya's current political situation. The captain also revealed the disturbing incident, saying, "Even our pilot, who is Tunisian, who wasn't locked in like a hostage, came back hours later. He was told in every nearby hotel they could only accept him and none of the Nigerian air crew members," as we're still talking about international football. The NFF has arranged separate vehicles for the team, but the aircraft diversion thwarted this plan. So first, you're supposed to take them somewhere. You took them to a different city, and they're now supposed to travel by road to get to where they're supposed to play their match. And they had to wait hours for that to happen. The accommodation, the food, all despicable. I don't know. I know we beat them here in Nigeria, but they didn't receive the treatment that they're meting out to us there.
Yes, I read even a statement from the Libyan FA trying to, the word we use, gaslight, try to explain away the horrendous treatment, something that shouldn't be, that is showing African football in a backward, in ugly situation.
Right,
and this is a scene that I think CAF should wake up and try to redeem the image of African football, sports in general. And I also fear for their life, because Libya is a conflict zone, it's a war zone. Even for taking that boldness to even honor to go and play. And football should be something that should be uniting people. It's something that should be, because even during the wartime, it's used as element of unity, it's used as means, of bridging divide, because it's something that transcends culture, transcends religion, transcends ethnicity, and unite people, just like music. So I'm surprised of this, but CAF should do everything. First and foremost, the Libyan government, apart from trying to explain themselves, should ensure that the situation is remedied. The deed has been done already, but they shouldn't make the bad situation worse. And try to give excuses that even when they came here, they were not treated well. So is it like a payback?
So they're reciprocating?
Yeah, there was a official response from their FA, that it happens in football, that it was a genuine mistake, that it does happen where a flight can be diverted by mistake, and this. Now, it wasn't a deliberate thing, and that the way Nigeria is going about it, this and that. I think CAF should step in, Libyan government should step in, Nigerian government shouldn't sleep. They should take, spirited, direct, and urgent diplomatic overtures to ensure their safety first. Because this issue of traveling by road, I'm very, very scared for it on their behalf, and because they are representing us, and so government should do something quickly, and CAF should also step in. Even FIFA should step in
and address it. Well, yes, I think I
learned that this have been happening before. It's what they call dark art, whereby teams want to frustrate opponent teams make sure that they are not in
good
psychological
shape, yeah.
in good shape to face them. So it does happen, but there should be a limit to this. There should be a limit. I think there should be hammer. There should be sanction to set a precedent that this shouldn't continue, because the life of these professionals are at stake.
Indeed. And yes, I think I see the statement, a part of it on the cable. The Libyan Football Federation rejected the claim of foul play or sabotage. The federation alleged that their team faced similar travel difficulties during their visit to Nigeria for the first leg of the 2025 African Cup of Nations qualifier. That is important to highlight that just last week, our own national team faced significant challenges upon our arrival in Nigeria for the third match of the African Cup of Nations. Despite the difficulties we encountered, we did not make public accusation or question the integrity of the Nigerian authorities. Football, in its essence, unites nations, and we are committed to upholding the spirit of fairness and mutual respect both on and off the field. Just to make it clear that they are saying they faced the difficulty, but it would have been nice for them to spell what the difficulty was they encountered, so that we correct ourselves, we check ourselves.
That's what I want to say, and this statement give them away, and it's like being virginful. So instead of you raising the issue that, look, from the get-go, we are not treated well, you raise it. So, and then show example. So if you feel you're not treated well and you don't like it, why not show example what it means to be treated well by doing the opposite, and say, despite the fact we are not treated well, see how you're supposed to treat us. And we are giving you so why? That means you are doing it deliberately. That statement, that paragraph, that sentence, that portion really gave them, forget every other thing they used to cloak it. I think they're saying, okay, it's a revenge. And like eye for an eye. And they say the way I do my own revenge is none of your business. I think that's that's what they are saying. Maybe if you give me a punch, maybe I know how to stab you. I will stab you. That's what they are saying. So, and you shouldn't complain, but nobody told us how they were maltreated, just like you noted. They didn't tell us.
They should have said something so that we don't repeat it. But I don't think they went through half what our Eagles are going through now.
So what is that maltreatment they are talking about? So there's no justification for what they did. There's no justification for what is happening. They should be ashamed of themselves, and they should correct themselves. And if they don't, there are other authorities that should be able to sanction them. It can be a government to government, even though Libya is fractured right now. They don't have a unified government. They have different administration in eastern Libya. We have Benghazi, this area now. Then they have another one that's in Tripoli, and then they have different dominoes scattered everywhere. So and
it's actually dangerous for this road travel. I know, we'll say the same of Nigeria.
Sometimes when there's a conflict zone, they normally shift the venue to a neutral ground. They're more safer. It happens. Where you feel that the life of the teams may not be secure, they can shift it to either Tunisia or Egypt.
But the thing is, Senator,
they try to encourage.
If we go with that argument, they could always raise concerns about Nigeria also, because we know that it's not in every corner of Nigeria that this report of banditry, kidnapping is happening. But it's just always the blanket approach. The same thing we could say of Libya. They could argue and say Nigeria too is not said to be the most safest place, and their players can also be abducted.
Nigeria cannot be said compared to what is happening in Libya. But I'm just giving an example.
You want to do that now? Because if you want to follow story,
I'm coming. I'm just giving an example that because Libyan conflict is more pervasive and more this thing. At least in Nigeria, we have central government, but I don't want to do comparison. The point I'm making that even we are trying to encourage them, seeing them as an African brother, and I know why CAF didn't consider putting teams, making them play in a neutral venue, is to encourage that, look, Libya is still our brothers. We still encourage them. We don't want to see them from the lens of conflict area. But upon that, they should do better. They should do better, honestly. And this is not a good testament for African football.
Indeed. But the last question tied to this particular story, should the Super Eagles leave? Because that's what they're clamoring for at this point, that they're going to leave. The delay has gone on for hours, and they're saying forfeit the second leg of this match. But what happens if they forfeit it?
By now I was expecting FIFA to CAF to have sanctioned, cancel the match, award the Super Eagles the 3 point.
Okay, Benga just came in. I think he does a lot of football, and you're saying that they're coming back already. They are on their way back. All right. So that settles it. The updates.
So that's it. So FIFA should do that and award the Nigeria the 3 point. Or if they want to be kind to give Libya a soft landing, reschedule the match in a neutral venue. A neutral venue. It happens. When they sanction, even within the local league, there will be a time some stadium will foment trouble. As a sanction, they will banish them to a neutral venue. For example, if the team is playing in Kwara, they can shift them to Ibadan to go and play the rest of their matches. So it does happen across the world. It's one of the measures that's adopted for conflict area, for a troublesome place. And another one is deduction of points. Another one is awarding points to the offended or victimized team. So it does happen. CAF should look at it and see how. So these are two options I'm looking at. Either the sanction Libya by awarding Nigeria the maximum 3 point, or they reschedule the match and in a neutral. But it can go. It can backfire sometimes.
Let's go on a quick break and talk about how it can backfire.
Get ready for the ultimate celebration.
Hello, my name is Kimberly. I'm the host of Hard Facts, and I bring you the biggest stories driving conversation every weekday here on 95.1 Nigeria Info Hard Fact Show. I love to get your opinion and conjectures, but the facts you cannot dispute here on Hard Facts. Join me and let's talk.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
Scotland in the match and could award the match against Nigeria or sanction Nigeria. So it depends on how FIFA is looking at this. But I'm just speaking general on my own perspective. And being a Nigerian, and also as from not just only being in Nigeria, even from a neutral perspective, I feel okay. It should be the other way around. They were maltreated, even for their own safety. This should be counseled, and already they've taken the right decisions. Start coming back, because what's the essence of
if CAF cannot intervene, he just tells us that on the continental level that we still have organizational problem and structural problem.
We can conclude maybe they are being slow in intervening, but I'm sure they will look into it.
How slow can you get with over what?
That's what I'm saying. They are slow. I'm not making an excuse, but I'm saying they may still intervene, but late. They will still look into it, definitely, because they will not allow it to slide, because already the match is not holding. So that means they still have to look into it. So assuming the Super Eagles went ahead and play, they may play ostrich and so okay, the game has been played and pretend nothing happened. But now the match didn't go ahead as planned, meaning that the CAF match didn't go ahead. So they have to find out why didn't this match go ahead, and look at who is wrong, who is right, who deserve to be punished and rewarded, and what decision are they going to take. So those are things that will happen. So it depends on how fast they couldn't intervene. So I'm expecting them to look into it and take a decision.
All right. We'll get to see what CAF has to say. The Eagles are boarded and, well, they are actually on their way back. As a matter of fact, thank you, Benga, for that update. Indeed, they are on their way back home to Nigeria, forfeited the second leg of the match. And what happens next will be an interesting game to say, are we going to forfeit point, or is it going to be rescheduled by CAF? Why did CAF take so long to even intervene and addressing it? Perhaps it was out of their hands, or maybe it was completely out of the control of the Libyan authority, knowing that we're dealing with a country. And we can understand a country that it's not central, it's not, healthy in terms of governance and all of that. There's always room for issues like this to spring up.
You're coming back to what I'm saying.
We're saying the same thing at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So
Libya is fragmented as it stands now. Yes.
All right, then. Let's get feedback from you. Let's hear your take on this story before we move on to the next. 0700 951 0000. Hello.
My name is Uncle Tom. I'm calling from Iruegbu. First and foremost, Nigeria honored that match by leaving its country and flew into Libya. It's also on record that Nigerians met hostility. So every reason why Nigeria should be awarding the 3 points is available. No need of expanding the bracket. The Libyans will know them for hostility. And that match is to be rescheduled. It should not be played in the North African country, because they are the same. They have the same mentality and they will support Libya. So CAF has the wisdom to choose another venue. I think if they want to be fair to Libya, so that Libya can also be in the focal. Choose any African country, not even West Africa, might be any country in the Southeast. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Uncle Tom. And yes, you can call us also via WhatsApp. Our WhatsApp number is 0809993037. You can call or you can send a message. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, Kim.
Good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon to your guest as well.
Good afternoon.
You have Dozie on the line. How are you, Kim?
Fine and well, Dozie. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, likewise. I feel that it's just like last caller said, North Africans are full of it. The football it is what it is. But my concern is, why would you take a game to a country that right now doesn't have a government? That is ludicrous, and it endangers the life of the players. That is wrong. So first fault CAF. Second fault Nigeria. Why? The Libyans showed signs of very troublesome opponents when they came to Nigeria. They, for some reason, decided to fly straight to Port Harcourt instead of Uyo, which was the venue of the match. And once you do that, the contingency plans of your host already becomes altered. You have shattered it. They came, insisted, the host, Nigeria, wanted to now get them buses to take them from Port Harcourt to Uyo, and they refused the buses. So many other issues. They complained and they were maltreated and all of that. And even during the match, which I didn't watch, but I heard reports, that any little tackle, they feign injury. They scream to high heaven that you have cut off their leg just to delay the game, but Nigeria got the win. So that one must have angered them. And before they left you, they said, your host, your guest probably knows, they said that they will avenge what Nigeria did to them. So it's not surprised that all these things have played out. This is what North Africans are known for. And I think the fact that CAF, as a body, concerning African football, is centered in Cairo. They have a tendency to treat the malfeasance of the North Africans with a bit of levity. That's disgrace to African football, and it's the showcase of our football to the world. Sad. And I feel that Nigeria, of course, should award 3 points. But apart from that, the heavy hammer should come on even beyond the Nations Cup qualifier. Thank you, Kim.
All right, thank you very much. I appreciate, Dozier, your point. Let's look at some comments on our Facebook page. Jefta and Marcos said he's watching live from SCC in Jabi. Good to know. And Joel Nanit, we see you. Tessie Kumbu, the Libyan spokesperson, isn't smart enough to make such statement. He just confirmed the inhumane treatment meted out the Super Eagles. And James Madaki J says, Kim and our guest, good afternoon. I commend the NFF for not taking part in the game against Libya. Good call, he says. Quite a number of people who seem to think it was a good call to withdraw from it also. Good afternoon, Sister Kim. Two wrong can never make a right. The Libyan authority is not trying at all. There's a big disrespect to our nation. Watching live from Okeho in Oyo State. Good to know you're watching from Oyo. Let's take this and then look at the energy sector. Hello.
Hello, Jesus. Kim.
Good afternoon.
God bless you, my sister, for giving us updates. My name is Bonanza Judas in God.
Bonanza, welcome.
Calling from Nyanya, Abuja. No chasing, no football. No chasing, no discussion. But today, no Super Eagle, no discussion. Do you know that? And I see me finish, in ordinary Africa, we receive this beating. That is why I am always emphasized. Our government of the day, government of APC, they have seen us finish. Check how many Nigerians were inside Libya prison. And that is the inhuman treatment they are giving to those in prison. That is what they extended to Super Eagle. If not, I'm waiting to breaking news from CAF. If not, let me tell you, our government don't know our value and they don't take us serious. That is why Libya also is doing Super Eagle, the great giant of Africa in football. They are doing them like this. Let me tell you, you can't keep what you don't have. Let Nigerian government learn from this that Libya government is doing to us. Pamper is citizens. Go to embassy, see what people are passing through. Until somebody somewhere start somebody before you take us serious. What Libya is doing is just show us what government is doing in Nigeria. Let me tell you, I'm not happy to hear this, but let me tell you, you can't give what you don't have. Nigeria should petition Libya government and the Libya interference in football. Because what they just show is inhuman treatment to our Nigerians, and they're extending what they're doing to our brothers and sisters in their prisons to Super Eagle. Let me tell you, for the fact that they don't allow them to drop for the airport they're supposed to drop is demoralizing.
All right.
They don't allow them to buy fuel. They don't allow them to go out to also for hotel and pay. Let me tell you,
all right, Bonanza.
Today is the problem of this.
Thank you very much.
You and have a very nice celebration.
Thank you.
In the studio is doing, in fact, is doing it the way I normally drive your highway.
Thank you very much, Bonanza. Okay, then. Still looking at the situation. The Eagles are returning back home. The Libyan Football Federation says Nigerians also, they encounter difficulty in Nigeria. And looking at some of the updates coming in, say they were supposed to land in Uyo for the match. Apparently, exact same thing that happened to our Eagles. They're supposed to land in Uyo, but they landed in Port Harcourt and they had to go by road. So it's almost playing out, just that this one took longer. NFF said they were not aware of it when it happened, but the arrangement was made for them to fly for Uyo to Port Harcourt, but they said they said they wouldn't take the ball, so they were making arrangements and all of that. Exactly what is playing out. So it feels very deliberate and very calculated. What is happening at this point in time?
The comment, there was that statement. He gave, that's the kernel of the whole. Forget every other thing. So that thing they said we also didn't receive. So that means they are giving is a payback. So, but like you said, if they feel they were not treated well, they should have raised the issue and give us.
Maybe they're not as loud as we are as a people. You know, Nigeria.
Were they detained at the airport?
No, they were. Well, they couldn't have left the airport. It was not detained. But where would the Eagles go?
The challenge it wasn't that we landed at a different airport. The challenge is that they were not allowed out. They couldn't go anywhere.
And the councillor also couldn't get access to them at that point in
time. They were abandoned practically. So that's the thing.
Oh, well, we should also do better in terms of arrangement ourselves. I mean, it's time for us to check ourselves so that we don't have people treating us in exaggerated version of what we did to them.
And that's why I say this thing all depends on how FIFA and CAF eventually look at it.
Indeed. I totally get and understand even better now. Let's come back to the issue of petrol. The Independent Marketers Association of Nigeria is poised for talks with Dangote Petroleum Refinery between Tuesday and Wednesday to finalize agreement on the cost and lifting of petrol from the plant. It was learned on Sunday that the Petroleum Retail Outlet Owners Association of Nigeria had been asked by the $20 billion Lekki-based refinery to resend its request for petrol lifting. This came as Petron expressed optimism that the cost of petrol might reduce in the coming days once the competition in the downstream oil sector sets in fully as marketers load the commodity from the refinery. Meanwhile, Ipman described the planned meeting with Dangote Refinery as a crucial step in the association's ongoing effort to facilitate the lifting of petrol product, thereby contributing to the stability and efficiency of the country's fuel supply chain. Last week, the federal government granted permission to petroleum marketers to lift petrol directly from Dangote Refinery without going through the NNPC. So this is where we are now. The Minister of Finance and Chairman of the Naira Crude Sale Implementation Committee, Wale Edu, said in a statement that moving forward, petrol product marketers are now able to purchase PMS directly from local refineries without the intermediary role of NNPC. After the meeting, we're going to keep our fingers crossed. I'm not going to hold my breath as a Nigeria won't beaten twice shy. However, let's see if this is going to affect the price of petrol significantly. I hope we don't get any unpleasant surprises afterwards and it goes up.
Okay, at least it's positive news. That's something
to hold on to.
To hold on to, yes. To hold on to, like hope. So they say as long as there is hope, there is life, there is hope, So we keep on hoping. I think that's what we have an abundance in Nigeria, hope. We always hope for better, ego better. It has become a Nigerian thing. So, but the challenge is that sometimes what they say is different from reality. So, but I hope it will be different this time around. That yes, we're happy that the Dangote refinery is coming into the market and the modalities are being fine-tuned.
Yeah.
But what I just don't want us to become too reliant on Dangote. Yes, it's one of the solutions. It's one of the solutions. It could be a starting point. But I don't want us to rest. I don't want a monopoly. I don't want where Dangote now replaces NNPC or become another version of NNPC. We should be having some, even if it's smaller versions of Dangote. We should also have even government-run refineries also competing. The more we have, the better for the citizen. So let us not just rest, okay, Dangote. But like I said, okay, let it be that this is a starting point. Nothing bad. So if you can get from here, but I don't want us to rest. Okay, Dangote will come and because Dangote is a businessman.
Obviously,
he wants to make profit, which is normal in business. But our overall interest, which is also should be the interest of the government, is for the best interest of the citizen. not for the business people are there to make their own profit, but the citizen well-being is what the government are elected to do. They shouldn't hands off and depend on a private sector or businessman to do their bidding. Yes, they can facilitate the enabling environment, which they are doing after much pressure. So it's good that the marketers are negotiating, and they are giving us hope that the prices, because as it stands now, Nigerians are choking. Anything that could relieve their pain is accepted. And if the Dangote, the arrangement and will bring a relief, all fine and good. But I don't want a situation where Dangote refinery become another monopoly. We should have competition. We should have just like they have they are talking about having competition among the marketing, the retailers, and the petroleum marketers. We should have. Since the sector have been deregulated, we are talking about modular refinery and all these things. So government should also pay attention to those people, because I heard the other smaller refineries that are coming up. So we should know what is going on in that aspect. And also government should not abandon the one that we already know that they've been claiming they should account for.
The Port Harcourt refinery.
Not only Port Harcourt, we have Port Harcourt, we have Warri, we have Kaduna. They should let us know if it's not. Turn around able. Let me use that language. If it's better to sell it off, they should let the public know and let us get it done with. And they should account also for the money that are being budgeted and siphoned through those turnaround. Nigerians need to know. So the essence I'm talking, we should have more of what Dangote is bringing to the table. And that's how we can begin to enjoy lower fuel and available fuel. But as this stands, it's a positive news. We can start from there and move forward.
All right, let's stay positive and hope that the price will be favorable. But I don't know how significant. I'm getting carried away right now with excitement as to the possibility of the price dropping. Contain yourself, Kimberly. But then I'm also thinking in my head, if I'm permitted to just, go in that part of that exciting part of the price will go down and all over. Because the thing is, people are struggling to cope with that. There are people who are spending literally all of their paycheck just to buy fuel and move themselves and their family around at the end of the month. It's insane at this point in time.
When the first time President Tinubu announced subsidy gone, and there was an instant impact, I did an article, I did a short analysis. I tried to let government know that Nigeria economy is a fuel-powered economy. Everything is linked to fuel. For example, I've lived a little bit in Germany. Let me just use the compare. I could stay in Germany for 10 years without having anything to do with buying fuel directly. Why? Because I don't need generator. There is light constantly. Say, I don't need it. I may not need car because there are multiple means of transportation that could take care of water, from tram to train to buses, that affordable, that you may not even need car throughout your life if you want. So all the things, you don't need this thing to run anything at all. So you may not even have interface with anything about fuel. Do you understand? You can stay. So there's limit to how fuel impacts on the average life. But it's not the same here. Yes, that fuel touches everything, from transportation to businesses to many other things. So as impacts in your business, impacts in your transportation, it begins to cascade down to everything. So any small increase, you see direct, immediate impact. So our infrastructure, our economy have not developed in such a sophisticated way to shield us from such increase. And government, I see that government is not even thinking along this line. because we have most of our transportation fuel run, especially in a private way. Most of us will drive or road transport. We don't have most of our transportation system is not well diversified and developed in such a way. Our businesses are still run, even at home, for private use. We'll use generators to sleep. I was telling my family, I said, what is even saving us now is that this is rainy season, where you may not need too much AC, or at least with the volume of water, the Kainji Dam, whatever, the hydro dam is working well. During the heat period,
when it dries up,
and you need to be on your generator, how will you cope? How are you going to get fuel to power that? For how long? So this is something serious, It's still bearable now, even though as unbearable as it is. If things doesn't give, come February, March, April, or January, February, March, April, May, I don't know how we are going to cope.
All right. Let's hear your feedback. We've looked at the Libyan situation with our Super Eagles. They are back home. And it's reported that the Minister of Sports rejects CAF's plea to proceed with the Libyan game as the Super Eagles return back to Nigeria. And we ask what happens next. Also, independent marketers to meet with Dangote Refinery during the week, and they're giving a glimmer of hope that the price of petrol might come down a little. But how low can it go? Well, I wonder at this point in time. 0700 951 0000 0809 5974 869. Hello.
Good afternoon to the Oracle.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to our guest. My name is Salasi.
Good afternoon, Salasi.
It's a good news, but me, I don't want to be a doubting Thomas. I tell dogs that then they do party for their house. He say until you see them for ground, then you go believe. Now I want to be say until I see, touch, and then I will believe. Because I remember this government, they have been making, after God, now government, now you are talking about between Dangote and marketers. These are the people that they can decide to hold this fuel and make this fuel price to be going higher. If they want to increase it, they know what to do. So in the aspect of between marketers and Dangote, just like what our guests have said, we have been hearing Dangote, all Dangote cement, Dangote sugar, Dangote. Since when Dangote come, almost all the Spain company couldn't work again. It's only him and Bua that were even kind of competing. But what happened? So let there be monopoly. Let there other people come into this business. Like Bua is building his own refinery at Cross River and other people. Then let our refinery, is it a rocket science for our refinery to work? These people have been promising and promising and promising more than 8 times. That is why I say me until I see and touch, then I believe that this things will work. But with all what they are saying, I don't believe on anything. Thank you.
All right, Salasi, he says he doesn't want to be a doubting Thomas, but until he sees and buys at a reduced rate, that is when he will get to appreciate it. Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Yes, you're welcome.
Good afternoon, Madam Speaker. How are you?
Fine and well, sir. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you. Happy New Week.
I wish you same.
And good afternoon, our guests. Well done, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, let's just keep our hand crossed concerning the Dangote and the independent marketer and see whether they will be able to put to shame NMPC that is not ready to look at the suffering of the masses. This is the company we established with our sweat and money. Yet, than to help the life of Nigerian citizens. Let's see whether this we can come out with a better price. But honestly speaking, this government has failed and failed woefully. Number one function of the government is welfare and well-being of the citizen. And there's no country around the world that is not paying one subsidy or the other for their citizens to be able to live. And if a government will not say that he has on that responsibility that is on their neck or shoulder to carry out, then that government is no longer a government for the people. They say democracy is the government for the people, for the majority, while the minority look into their affairs. But this government has failed and failed woefully. Everything is on the high side. Today now, the price of a kg of gas is 1,500. How do we cope? Look at electricity. Look at transportation. A bag of rice is almost 100,000 naira. And this government is still busy pronouncing that they want to sell bag of rice 40,000 when it's not even available. Don't even know where they are getting it in Abuja. Instead of to make the price of fuel a little reasonable so that people can themselves. Well, the president is saying that they just go and work hard as if we are able people.
All right. Thank you very much.
There's time for everything.
Ojo,
that time will soon come to an end.
Ojo, the future president. Thank you very much. Let's, oh dear, I shouldn't have taken your call. But go ahead. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon.
How?
Can you hear me?
We have said good afternoon 44 billion times.
Okay, good. Well, I don't have much to say about this government again. What I want to say is in this government is the more you see, the more you look and the more you understand. For me, is concerning the Super Eagle. Oh my God! Hello.
Get ready for the ultimate celebration. It's the Cool FM Independence Praise Jam, a night of uplifting worship and high praise.
Join us on the 27th of October at the prestigious Grand Pella Hotel as we praise and honor God. Featuring an incredible lineup of gospel sensation like Victor Thompson, Prosper Chimana, Pastor Elijah Oyelade, K Strings, Moses Akko, E Daniels, Samuel Folabi, Manus Apanke, Agogo Music, Festizi, Amos, I May the Gong, Sally Cheesy, Echo Clay, Godfrey God, Corral, Baron J, Clinton Flames, Dan Sachs, and DJ Ernesty. It's a night you don't want to miss. Venue, Grand Pella Hotel. Time, 5 p.m. sharp. Powered by Lexicon Multimedia and Grand Pella Hotel. Come, let's praise together at the Independence Praise Jam. Let's make a joyful noise.
Brought to you by Cool FM.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
All right. Sorry about that. We could barely hear you and we needed to run for our break. Senator Iruegbu is with us on the roundtable. Ayuka Danladi says, good afternoon, Kim. I greet our guest. May God give us the ability to survive, he prays. And then we have here Hat Agu. What's all the exclamation for? Ray Baba Banaba says, good afternoon, the Oracle. Looking good and astonishing. Thank you very much. Watching you live from Suleja, Kaduna Road. The Oracle, any update for us as our Oracle things are getting harder? And hey Thomas says 3 points to us or nothing. We're not playing again. That is, should award us 3 points. I don't know in what multiverse that is going to just happen, but hey, it's something for CAF to look into at this point in time. And African football has been like that, and CAF has never done anything to stop it. It's unfortunate we're not growing. Williams in Asoci sent that one in. I wonder why people are surprised how Libya treated the Super Eagles. Since they took out Muammar Gaddafi, things have been upside down. They have no business playing international football. Football is not war, which is the hallmark of the Libyans. If CAF likes, they can go ahead and award them 3 points and 100 goals. The life of our guys is paramount, he said. Israel, but the fact that even if the price is reduced by a whole 500, how much will still be the price then? Would they be bearable by Nigerians? Check back a little when pump price was 700 and 30 naira. What was the inflation? Was it funny? But the grand question is that with all this speculation of price reduction by all marketers, would they remove the whole 500 naira? It's just like a toad leaping to us within the sport. Well done to your guest, says Israel. The Libyan can have the 3 points. Safety first, says Olufemi Shoretire. It's disappointing that CAF is not responsive to issues like this. I just fear it could backfire given that Nigeria isn't very highly rated diplomatically at the moment. Opinions from JJ there. And Jongwin McEnu, Ominda Bashwa, CRS. Wow. Good afternoon. Concerning the attitude of Libyans to Super Eagles, they're just reminding me of a national that trekked to Europe through their desert. Now wow. Sam Isa from Suleja said the Super Eagle issue is not palatable. This is a handshake gone too far. I congratulate the NFF for their bold decision. Consequences be damned. If life and safety comes first, I'm just astonished that CAF has kept mute in all of this. Had it been a FIFA event, they would have seen their attempt to handle the situation already. The bad news is that this is the top sport news on every major platform right now. A bad advertisement, once again, for Africa. And Humphrey from Jabi says, the North Africans are usually like that, especially Libya. It was good that Nigeria abandoned the game. It's now left for CAF to wade into the matter. Generally, Africa should do better in football management and ensure that issues like this never disrupt the beautiful game of football anymore. Let's join Dorcas for the news at the top of the hour. We'll focus on Onyema's airpiece afterwards. Stay with us.